Hello, welcome back to another video of Reflection with PCUA. Today's video is about overpopulation. George Morris has defined overpopulation as the state of the population when there are more people that can live on the earth in comfort, happiness and health and still leave the world a fit place for future generations. Every element of the definition is open to interpretation. Even the carrying capacity of the land, which is the number of people that can be supported in an area. Because this depends on the people who is using the land and for what. The same amount of land can support many more vegetarians than meat eaters. Comfort, health, and happiness have different standards according to the population, and the next generation may find the world more or less fit, depending on their level of technology. Population density is not an accurate measure of overpopulation, since countries with advanced economies like the Netherlands or Hong Kong can support an extremely dense population. Whether a country is overpopulated or not depends on its population growth rate, standard of living, lifestyle, culture, available technology and resources, economy, and other factors. Some experts feel that the Earth's resources are finite, and therefore there are limits to population and economic growth. Others argue that, as long as science and technology advance, there are no limits to growth. Overpopulation is a major cause of most of the world's problems. Whether it's a question for food shortage, lack of drinking water, or energy shortages, every country in the world is affected or will be, partly thanks to the import of goods from abroad. Any particular country is able to maintain its own welfare, but this cannot go on an unlimited way. In fact, the number of inhabitants is rising in every country. The world's population is threatening to rise in the next few decades to 8 or 10 billion. There is a good chance that more and more countries will need their own products themselves. The climate is changing, and it matters little if this can be blamed on human activity or on changes in the solar system. The sea level only has to rise slightly in order to cause a great deal of valuable agricultural land to disappear. Causes of overpopulation. It took hundreds of years to reach 1 billion inhabitants. Yet, in little over 2 centuries, this figure multiplies sevenfold. Why? There are a series of factors that favor the spectacular growth. For example, falling mortality rate mainly due to medicine. The Industrial Revolution brought with it a revolution in the world of medicine. Scientific progress allowed us from then onward to overcome diseases that previously could only end in death. The invention of vaccines and discovery of antibiotics such as penicillin saved thousands of lives and were a key factor in unfettered population growth. As the number of annual deaths fell while births remained constant, so the population increased. Progress in food production. For its part, scientific research and technological improvements saw more efficient agricultural production, resulting in year-round crops, more resistant seeds, pesticides, and so on. Improvements in fishing and livestock methods also contribute to the provision of more food with which to nourish the population, migration, and urban concentration. In certain countries, the impact of migration and accumulation of the population in cities was very important, but not only with respect to demographic growth, but also in relation with wealth generation. Currently, over half of the global population live in cities of more than 300,000 inhabitants and which are expected to continue growing until they reach 70% of the population. With this, I finish the topic of overpopulation. I hope you guys like the information I gave you. If you like this content, please subscribe, and I see you next time.